What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers didn't end 2024 in the right manner. Ended up losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers in a very hard-fought game against a team that hasn't lost to a Western Conference team yet. Best team in the NBA by a very good margin, and have just been tearing up the league. And the Lakers, that game felt like a game that was very winnable, right? And it's unfortunate Lakers weren't able to pull it off, but we're in a new year, right? What happened last year is irrelevant. Who cares? We're in the new year. We're still in the thick of things, right? Got to continue to play hard. Got to continue to push hard. Got to rattle off some wins here, right? Winning is everything right now, especially in just this very tight Western Conference, right? Lakers right now are the 7th seed at 18-14 on the season. They are currently a game back of the 4 seed at 19-13 for the Denver Nuggets, right? So literally right there. They're only 3 games back in the loss column of the 2 seed. But in all honesty, I think the Lakers will probably end up where I said they would, in that 4 to 5 range. I think that they will be in the top 6. Although you can make an argument, right? Clippers are getting Kawhi back, and they've been really good. Mavericks, Luka's going to come back eventually, right? Can the Mavs kind of stay afloat long enough? They're on a 3-game losing streak right now. And then the Nuggets, I mean, they're the Nuggets, right? You can't ever count out Jokic. He's having another MVP level season. So Lakers, the best thing the Lakers can do is just keep winning. Because they're also only 3 games back of being out of the play-in entirely. So Lakers can't afford to go on a losing streak or anything like that. Luckily, this month, this schedule is very, very favorable, right? So first off, we play the Portland Trailblazers. Then you got the Atlanta Hawks, Houston Rockets, Dallas Mavericks, again without Luka. And we'll see if Kyrie plays at that point. Hornets, got the Spurs twice back-to-back, but it's at home in LA. You got Miami. You got the Nets, the Clippers, the Wizards, the Celtics, the Warriors, the Hornets, the Sixers, and the Wizards. Literally, I mean, you have maybe, 3 games that you should argue that the Lakers could and maybe should lose, right? The Celtics definitely are one that you could put on that list. Rockets have been really good, and they're a young, athletic team that plays with the type of play style that the Lakers really struggle with. So, I could see them particularly losing to them, right? So, and then outside of that, it's like maybe the Sixers, right? Maybe the Clippers. But everyone else, again, they should beat. Personally, we got to keep grinding. Starts with Portland, right? I'd love to see the Lakers get their first win of 2025 in a game that, again, Lakers should win and have already won and beaten Portland. But look, the Lakers are the Lakers, right? Although they have done a very good job this season outside of like Detroit. But again, I think it's more of just Detroit's style of play that's bothersome for the Lakers, where outside of them, they've handled business against all the teams that you're supposed to handle business against, right? They're the ones that, I do think that the Lakers will beat Portland. But again, it's the NBA. Anyone can beat anyone on any given night. Portland has some very notable wins this season. And if the Lakers, fall asleep at the wheel here a little bit, they very well could lose. Hopefully, what happens here is that the Lakers kind of look at what happened with the Cavs game and look to bounce back to that defensive just holding and trying to get back, because Lakers were the top defense for a stretch. And then since then, after that Kings game, they gave up 117 to the Pistons in a loss, 113 to the Warriors in a win, 122 to the Kings in a win, and then gave up 122 again to the Cavs in a loss, right? Like, not beating very many teams, giving up, 120 points a game. So, can't do that to Portland. You need to kind of, hopefully, I'd like a really commanding win, ideally, right? Rather than just like, oh, yeah, we won by 2. Get guys integrated into the lineup, right? So, start getting Dorian Finney-Smith. I do expect him to still come off the bench. I think he'll come off the bench for like a handful of games, as I mentioned. But I do think it's going to be you saw why he's probably going to start at some point for the Lakers, given just his defensive impact and how he was everywhere on the basketball court. I mean, this guy basically gave your best Jared Vanderbilt performance that we've seen since Jared Vanderbilt. And so I do think that eventually he's going to get integrated into the starting unit, but I would like to see him kind of have some more confidence. Hopefully the Lakers have gotten at least a minor practice in to kind of integrate him. Obviously, it's the second game, last game, the first game. Again, you saw the impact defensively and just him being everywhere doing the dirty work, but also offensively, I'd like to see him pick it up a little bit. I'm not too concerned, even if he does give you another 2-point game or something like that. I'm confident he'll figure it out eventually. I'm confident that he'll start hitting shots. And now once he gets comfortable out there, it's hard to go from, this team to this team, but then to go from this team to immediately playing for your new team without being able to get a couple practices in or anything like that, and then expect him to know where he's. I mean, he was slotted out of position several times, right? Like you saw, he just was kind of going to the spots where he's familiar and where he was on Brooklyn, right? But that's not necessarily where we need him to be at times on the Lakers. So I do think he will start figuring some stuff out and you'll start seeing more of that two-way capability from him. I would love if this is a game where, he just goes off and gives you, 15 or something like that. So the people that are like, oh, but he's not good offensively can just, see that, okay, he's not that bad, right? But he's also not there to be a 15 to 20 point a game guy. He's there to basically give you, the 10 points a game that he's been averaging, but impact the game much more impactfully on the defensive side of things, right? Be a legit two-way guy for the Lakers. That's what he's looking to be out there on the basketball court. Same thing with Shake Milton, right? You saw the three-point potential. You saw his capability. Defensively, I thought he was doing an okay job. Again, not good, not great. But once again, getting intricated. Now, he's not really known as this defensive stopper, but he has the tools. 6'5", he has a 7'1" wingspan, and you saw that just long wingspan. Even his shot kind of pulls it back because it's almost like a catapult because his arms are so long, right? But you saw his ability to knock down the three ball. He's 50% from three in his opening night, which he's 39% on the season. But he's also one of them missed threes was just a total bailout where he had to just get it up. And the other one was a heat check where, it's just usually those heat check shots aren't the best shots. And of course it wasn't. So, really, yes, he was 50%, but if you want to count the bailout shot that he shouldn't even have had to take, then fine. But, really you saw the capabilities as far as the offense being able to initiate the offense, being able to knock down the three ball. I'd like to see more of that, right? Because especially if he can kind of get comfortable and he can kind of play that role, that solves a lot for the Lakers, right? Because now it makes Gabe Vincent much more expendable because if you don't need to go get that 3-and-D guard and Shake Milton can be that guy, right? And use his size and length. That's why I really want to see him. I hope somebody pulled Shake Milton aside and was because if I was on the Lakers staff or whatever, the very first thing I'd be doing is pulling him aside and being look, if you get after it defensively, do the dirty work and make the hustle plays, you're going to have a big part on this team, right? The offense shooting, yes, of course, we need you to hit shots. We need you to knock down the three. But if you don't play defense and you're not doing the dirty work, you're not going to be in this rotation because the Lakers are going to end up either keeping Gabe Vincent and then he's going to play your role, or they're going to trade Gabe Vincent and they're going to bring in somebody that can play your role. So I hope somebody was in or has been in his ear and dude, we want you to be this guy because that's what you hype him up, right? Dude, I want you to be this guy. I want you to be the guy that is our backup point guard that is just initiating the offense, making plays for others. I mean, his last game with the Nets, he put up 16 and 12. He can make plays. He's not this great play. He's not like Chris Paul out there or any of that. But this style of offense, you don't need that. You need a 3-and-D guard badly. If Shake Milton can be that 3-and-D guard off the bench, I don't like him as your starter, but off the bench, if he can be your 3-and-D guard and just go get you 8 to 12 points a night and play some stout defense. I'm not even talking about elite. Just stout. Just be active be physical, be aggressive. You know, like, you get 5 fouls a night, beautiful. I'd rather that than you just standing around doing nothing, right? Like, so my hope is that he can kind of get into a flow, get into a rhythm on both sides of the basketball for the Lakers. It's part of the reason why the Lakers want to evaluate and see how does Shake look, how does, Dorian look. Because if these two guys have the impact that I believe that they can, then that helps and solves a lot for the Lakers. And now the Lakers can go more focused on upgrading the perimeter in the starting unit one more time. I'd ideally try to get Max Christie to the bench and then, bring in a backup center, right? And when I say bring Max Christie to the bench, I don't mean to, like, not play. I mean, you still have him play. But he's 21 years old, inexperienced. He has been fantastic for the Lakers. Don't get me wrong. But you've seen the inexperience at times and, certain fouls or late in games and stuff. It'd be nice to have that guy that you can trust at the end of the games. Max Christie, I am as high on Max Christie as you can possibly be. Trust me. But if we're trying to win a championship this year, ideally you want him as your kind of third, fourth, 3-and-D guy on this team. And if he can be that off the bench, then that would just be huge. But in general, right, go handle business. Beat the Portland Trailblazers. Keep an eye on Rui Hachimura. Right? Like, obviously, Austin Reeves, you want to see the consistency. Right? I'm not saying he has to go give you a 35, but it'd be nice if he continues to be aggressive, continues to be in attack mode, continues to do the things that we need. Now, as far as Rui and why I want you to keep an eye on Rui is because, again, chances are, at the time of recording this video, we don't know what the starters are going to be, but my guess is that the starters are probably the same. If Dorian is having a good game, one, I could see Rui starting to get those minutes limited. Also, if Rui continues to struggle, that's probably not a good sign. I just think you're going to start to slowly see Rui kind of get phased out here a little bit. And so, don't be shocked if this is kind of the beginning. Especially if Dorian can have a good game, particularly offensively. Obviously, you know what he's going to bring you defensively and just the hustle plays. But if he can give you like 8 to 10 points this game, like if he knocks down, say, two out of his first 3 threes or something like that, don't be shocked if Rui doesn't close at the end of this game and if Rui only plays like 15 minutes. So just things to keep in mind. But let's go get this win. Let's start off 2025 on the right note with a W. And then really and then we got another game following up tomorrow. So look forward to that. But anyway, again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I love to hear it. So as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Think the Lakers handle business and get this W? Think that they don't? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I love to hear it. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.